Hello, it's Polish Paul VR. Welcome to the channel. We are here to do another episode of PSVR2 game show. A lot of stuff to talk about, so let's roll the intro. Right, I'm here. Hello, once again. I need to straight away adjust my microphone. For those live stream, I like it to have it a bit closer to my face, so I can speak quieter and be more chilled. Right, so we've got you all gathering here still. I'm gonna quickly go through what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk a bit more about Crossfire Sierra Squad because of course we've got release date and price given today. Also, I'm gonna touch on the Wanderer Fragments of Fate, which is the upcoming PSVR2 version of the game. We're going to talk about Half-Life Alyx because it is coming to Gamescom, the Valve, and they bring in Half-Life with them. But what, we don't know yet, so might be very well Alyx, but we see. We're gonna talk about Assassin's Creed, concentrate more on the VR game. The Assassin's Creed Visionaries got announced today, but that's gonna lead me to the Assassin's Creed games themselves. So yeah, quite interesting topics today. Hello everyone in the chat, which is Wolverza at the moment, and also Mukel the Monkey, Ghost of Tabor, ask me anything tomorrow. Maybe they will comment about the release. I'll be there to ask. Oh, for sure, be there and ask, and then I'm probably gonna do news video tomorrow, but also I'm gonna try to talk about Ghost of Tabor a bit more in my game show live streams. News videos kind of are shorter videos now, while the game show live is the part of this channel where I get to talk to you and do a longer live stream and just talk about upcoming PSVR2 games. To all of you who's watching, welcome to the channel. If you don't mind, press the like button, because if you press the like button, interact with the stream, that helps it reach more people because of those interactions. So if you don't mind, go and press like if you want to. Mr. Buck, hello, how you doing? Half-Life, we see. Regios Pantaleon, if I'm saying it right. Hello, Paul and chat. Hello, Rutland Beast. Hello, good to see you as well. So I think everyone's starting to gather now. I'm running a poll today as well, and the question is simple. Valve is bringing something Half-Life related to Gamescom. Could it be Half-Life Alyx for PSVR2? As of now, we've got 32 votes, 72% of you thinks yes it is, while 28% of you thinks no it's not. Right, let's see who else is in the chat before we start properly. Regios Pantaleon, oops, I just pressed the button next to the like by mistake. And hello Sunny in VR, long time not seen. Right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna maybe start to begin. We've got the poll out of way, so we're gonna move on to our game show now. You know, this is about half hour we're gonna spend together today chatting about PSVR2 games. So I would like to begin from Crossfire today. We've got this trailer playing in the background. Feel the new real trailer, that seems so far away now. But anyway, let's go to the Crossfire. That's gonna be our first topic of the stream. So what's happened is, of course, they gave us the release date today. The game gonna cost $30, by the way. I spoke about this game in my news video, but of course it was a quick video. Here I can give you more details. Crossfire Sierra Squad launches August 29th. Details on PSVR2 innovations, and that comes from today's blog post. So, how the action-packed co-op shooter aims to immerse you in its treacherous world. And this is from the Fred White, the director of marketing at Smilegate West. Greetings mercenaries. To kick off the summer season, we announced at Summer Game Fest that Crossfire Sierra Squad will be arriving in August. Well, August is just around the corner, so it's time to let you know officially that the game will launch at PlayStation Store on August 29th. Add it to your wishlist today for a reminder come launch. Now, on 24th you get in Firewall Ultra, and then on 5 days later we get in Crossfire Sierra Squad, and it looks like Phasmophobia gonna release at the end of August as well. Maybe Green Hell, who knows, looks like it. So yeah, a lot of stuff might be coming in August. The games, really big ones, and of course VR Skater very soon as well. Okay, Mr. Bug, when is Gamescom? Where did Half-Life info come from? I'm gonna come to that. Half-Life info come from Gamescom application filled by Valve themselves to be a exhibitant down there, but I'm gonna go into detail, all the screenshots and everything in a minute. Oops, got my phone. So yeah. Gamescom in August. I can't remember exact date, but I'm sure the chat will let us know in a minute. Alyx on PSVR2 is my dream right now, says Potato Juice. Mr. Buck, Crossfire looks cool. We'll still wait for your review though, pal. I'm definitely gonna review Crossfire. Regios, time to start saving some money for August, definitely. So, carrying on, new immersive experience. Crossfire Sierra Squad is a brand new game built from the ground up for VR. We've been working hard to make the game an immersive and intuitive experience that gets you into the action immediately. We fine-tuned the in-game mechanics to come up with a game experience that we believe you want to play over and over, both solo and with friends. Solo for me, definitely. In a world you'll want to spend a lot of time in. Our goal is to bring all fans of military first-person games together, regardless of experience level, into an exciting and shared VR adventure, solo or co-op with up to 4 players on a team. One of the key ways we've been able to do this is by taking full advantage of the innovative features of PSVR2. With Crossfire Sierra Squad, we've set to push the boundaries of what is possible in the virtual reality space and provide a completely immersive world for our players. We aim to usher in the next wave of VR gameplay by increasing the number of ways that players feel connected richly to the in-game world. Clear and crisp sights and sounds. We know that one of the most important factors in VR immersion is the connection between how you move and what you see. In addition to high-res graphics, 4K HDR at 90 or 120 offered by headset, we fully employed PSVR2 advanced eye tracking and foveated rendering, combining to provide players the sharpest and smoothest visuals possible, no lag between actual on-screen movement. Now this is interesting here, 4K HDR at 90, 120. I wonder if you're gonna be able to choose which mode you want. Maybe it's 120 with reprojection, maybe it's 90 with lower details, I don't know. Couple this with thoughtful sound design on PSVR2's 3D audio capabilities, and we have sensory experience that engulf mercenaries into the world of Crossfire from the start. Awesome GIF here. Now carrying on. Can you feel it? Yes, Crossfire Sierra Squad capitalizes on PSVR2 revolutionary haptic feedback system, which offers nuance and intuitive tactile elements. Our mercenaries will feel every shot fired, every record, and every explosion through multiple haptic points integrated to PSVR2's headsets and controllers. That's what's beautiful about PSVR2. It's not all the graphics, it's overall immersion, adding an extra layer of realism that intensifies the experience. Our goal with this increased level of immersion is to bring the gameplay to a whole new level, when mercenaries truly feel like they are an integral part of Sierra Squad rather than mere spectators. So far sounds very good. Let me just quickly check out the chat before I carry on. Mr. Buck says, okay, thanks. James Rolson, some hope of a hard release for PSVR2 this Christmas if Half-Life Alyx is anonymous. Yes. 23rd of August is Gamecoms. Thank you very much, Ronnie. So end of August. Now, Jason here. What's up, Paul? And you all made it today. Don't forget that. Made it today. Yes, welcome. Hopefully 90 Hz native. Lost hope a bit of head of release after Wonder is coming. Oh, Wanderer 2024. Yeah, it's still a while away. Looking at our poll today, it's 49 votes, 73% thinks that it's coming, 27 that it's not. We see how the poll gonna end. So now, Trigger finger feedback. PlayStation VR2 controllers feature adaptive triggers that dynamically adjust resistance based on in-game. This allows player to feel varying levels of tension, simulating a genuine sense of touch. How do we harness and use this power for good? By giving each weapon in the game its own unique feel, we are able to crank up the feeling of realism a notch. Picture this: you're aiming down sights holding a sniper rifle, and before you squeeze off the epic shot, you partially pull the trigger to hold your breath and steady your weapon. Okay, yeah, I forget that things like that are only possible in VR because you actually have to hold your breath in real life. That's so cool, But anyway, for a better chance of eliminating your target before completing the pull and sending your enemy into oblivion. This is just example, we can't wait for you to try them all. Look at this destruction here. Awesome. We're excited for you to jump into our 13 main campaign missions, single player, 50 squad missions, single player or 2-player co-op, nice, or horde mob mode, up to 4-player co-op. Grab 39 types of weapons, including pistols, rifles, and explosives. That gives you creative ways to dispatch 17 types of enemies, nice variation. Engage enemies with seemingly superhuman strength equipped with top-of-the-line weaponry, as well as drones, bosses, and heavily armed vehicles. All driven by soldier hellbent on your destruction. Bring your A-game because they'll be bringing theirs. Mark your calendars. Crossfire Sierra Squad launches on August 29th on PlayStation VR2. See you then, mercenaries. Some gifts here as well. This game just looks great. So yeah, that's the Crossfire info, looking beautiful. Regios, any word on Arashi release date, Paul? Sadly no, nothing new since we've had the reveal, but nothing new. But I think, they're gonna do it cool because they're working with Skydance, which maybe they're gonna add some awesome physics to this game. So, that was Crossfire. Amnesia Pete, hello, how you doing? Adam, is Alyx good as everyone says, or is it nostalgia based around it being one of the first big AAA VR games? I think it's getting bigged up a lot. It's good, but it's getting bigged up a lot. So some people gonna feel with it like playing Horizon Call of the Mountain. So it's a very good game, very good VR game, but definitely it's maybe slightly overhyped for what it is. Right, okay, we're gonna move on to another story. Don't forget to press this like button because it helps the stream, helps the channel. So that's awesome. We're gonna move into the maybe Wanderer next. Wolverza says, looks fun on Crossfire for sure. So we're going to Wanderer Fragments of Fate. Coming, as we said, 2024. So, we heard you. And apparently you like combat. That's why we adding a whole new combat system to Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate. So, okay, that's screenshot from the game PSVR2 combined with Unreal Engine 4 produces some awesome graphics. I mean, look at the details scattered everywhere. But this is part of the new combat system here. I don't know, looks like a toy gun, but whatever. I didn't play Wanderer, so it's gonna be a surprise for me. But yeah, they making a brand new combat system. So just wanted pass it on, a bit of info here. Okay, what's going on in the chat? Wolverza, Alyx, good game. Alyx, mods are what makes it what it is though. Mods, I'm assuming, yeah. James, hello, how is going? Mr. Buck, Alyx is pretty epic. It's fairly linear though. Wolverza, oh yeah. Rogue, TR, I have to get up at 6 AM to catch one of your streams. 6 AM, that's so early. Right, okay, so now we're gonna start maybe talking about Assassin's Creed next, before we speak about Alyx. So, this is the article I want to bring up, coming from the Gaming Bible website. And basically, Assassin's Creed Visionaries announced will take series to 1970s for the first time. Now, Assassin's Creed Visionaries is the comic book series. I'm not gonna read it all here. It's a comic book series that gonna launch soon, and basically it's gonna happen in 1970s Brazil. But that's not the info I want to talk about, of course. What I want to talk about is the fact, wait, where is it? Oh yeah, here. Maybe there aren't a bajillion, but there are rumored to be at least 11 games in the development over at Ubisoft for Assassin's Creed. And yes, it is. And one of them possibly might be PlayStation VR2. We're gonna go through all of it. Today they announced those Assassin's Creed Visionaries. I might buy it, might not, I don't know. It's a comic book. And we are on comic book website here. This coming from something I spoke about before, but Assassin's Creed report claims second VR game in the development. So let's go quickly through this article. While Ubisoft had yet to officially announce Assassin's Creed Nexus, of course they did now with this CGI trailer, a new report claims the publisher is already planning to make a sequel to the VR game. In 2020, Ubisoft announced an exclusive Assassin's Creed game for Oculus Quest 2. A lot has changed since then, and the game is still planned for it since the release MetaQuest 2. According to a report from Insider Gaming's Tom Henderson, budget cuts at Meta recently led to the exclusivity deal being cancelled. Assassin's Creed Nexus will release on MetaQuest 2, but it could release on additional platforms such as PlayStation VR. I can confirm that yes, it is the exclusivity is cancelled for Assassin's Creed for Meta. What's happening in chat? Creed first AAA technically. Mr. Bagbin enjoying Switchback after your review. Is it worth picking up a cheap PSVR1 to play Rush of Blood? Never had PSVR1. If you got PSVR2, you won't enjoy PSVR1, I don't think. I mean, Rush of Blood is great if you can have it for cheap and can spare money, but keep in mind it's 1080p screen split in half. And the tracking is pretty terrible. Saying that, Rush of Blood is pretty good, but very short. I don't know, hour and a half maybe. From Colossus, I don't think Valve will be announcing Alyx for PSVR2 ever, unless they're feeling doomed because Vertigo 2 is considered to have superior gameplay, I guess, maybe. Regios been meaning to pick up Switchback since the patch along with the Moss bundle. So Moss is great, yeah, I love Moss. Sadly, the PSVR2 version is awesome, but sadly no new content. Henderson states that next Assassin's Creed Nexus is too far along for plans to change, and the title will likely remain Meta exclusive. And from what I heard, that's what it's gonna be. But this is cool. However, Ubisoft is now considering a sequel which would release on multiple platforms. Apparently, the company has strong expectations for Nexus. I'm assuming it's gonna do great on Quest because I'm gonna buy it, and hopes to build off the success with a follow-up game. Since Assassin's Creed Nexus will apparently feature multiple playable characters, Henderson speculates that the sequel could bring it even more. So yes, so that's true. But that's gonna lead us to IGN India in fact, and they gone through all the 11 Assassin's Creed games in the development. So we quickly gonna go through them as well. I hope we're gonna get Assassin's Creed franchise on PSVR 2. Alyx, I have theory, but it's straight coup guess. Valve with Deckard coming, I think they would want flagship on it. So possible stand-alone of Half-Life Alyx is where it's going maybe. Would hit PSVR 2 after that, if right. Perhaps, yeah. When I think Deckard, because it's all coming from like a leaked info what somebody found, like Deck. I think it's like Deck AR, that's what it stands for. Deck AR, maybe. That's what I'm thinking, I don't know. Like Steam Deck, but with some augmented reality capabilities. I don't know. Would love to see Alyx on VR2, but I think Valve will hold on to it for Deckard. Switchback is incredible now, and especially after update for shoot. Boycott Assassin's Creed until they bring it to PSVR 2, Adam says. What's the poll saying? 68 votes. 75% of you thinks it's Alyx for PSVR 2 on Gamescom. 25 things being a bit skeptical. We're gonna go to Alyx in a minute. Let's just talk about Assassin's Creed quickly. So that's all the Assassin's Creed games in the development. Of course, Assassin's Creed Mirage, which I definitely gonna play. So I played through all the games, all Assassin's Creed games. It's one of my favorite franchises, apart from the Odyssey. Just so boring, I couldn't complete it. And Valhalla, which was a bit better, but just way too big. It's eventually just got so diluted and not Assassin's Creed like. So and doing some things over and over like river raids and things like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Mirage definitely because it's bringing the series back to its roots with way smaller map. Now Assassin's Creed Nexus, so this is the VR game in production and that's for Quest, of course. Who knows, they're not no longer exclusive, maybe one day we see it on PSVR2. We've got Codename Jade, which is in production now, and Codename Red. That's all got revealed. Codename Hexe, that's another single player. Hexe is a darker tone than other titles and is currently in the production stages. Codename Hexe is expected to launch 2025 on 26. We've got Invictus, Codename Invictus, which is a multiplayer game. Also we've got Codename Nebula, which is Assassin's Creed single player game and it's currently in its conceptual stages as per report. A release window for Assassin's Creed Codename Nebula is currently unknown. Ubisoft Sofia is said to be working on this title. 3 different settings including India, Aztec Empire and Mediterranean. Now Ubisoft Sofia is the company who done like spin-offs of Assassin's Creed, all the smaller titles like Rogue, when they released the Unity, they did Rogue like a littler Assassin's Creed game for old generations consoles, but also they've done the Assassin's Creed for PlayStation Vita. So this very well might be PSVR2 title, who knows. Assassin's Creed Codename Raid, which is player versus enemy game. Codename Echoes is reportedly being developed by Unisoft Annecy. The studio is using Ubisoft's Scalar technology for its multiplayer title. The release window is not known yet. And then Nexus 2, so this is cool, Assassin's Creed Nexus 2. Assassin's Creed Nexus 2 will be a VR title. Currently, the title is being discussed internally as per report. Naturally, there is no release window pinned down yet. Assassin's Creed Blood Flag Remake is reportedly in development. The development of a remake of this title has been long rumored. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake will be a single player game as well, which is awesome. But that's the one what I would look the most for, which is Assassin's Creed Nexus 2. So it looks like the original Nexus will be just for MetaQuest, just before it's been too late to, let's say, publish it on consoles, and maybe Ubisoft might not want to release a mobile game on consoles as well, keep in mind, because they know, the consoles and PC got games like Resident Evil, the Gran Turismo, we've got Horizon, Alyx on PC, maybe on PSVR soon. So yeah, they kind of like might not want to do that. Okay, what we've got here, could serve as aliens. Right, let's see. Wolverza Creed should come to PSVR 2 in my opinion, most should, I agree. Can't beat Astrobot on PSVR 1 for party engagement. This is the killer app needed for VR 2. I mean, how hard it would be to port Astrobot to PSVR 2, but I'm expecting the announcement of new Astrobot coming at some point. Black Flag is still my favorite one. Origins was cool too, I agree. Mr. Buck, yeah, really wanna play Astrobot for sure. Right, okay, so now let's have a look at our poll, how it stands. Valve is, oh yeah, that's me reading it, so easily get confused. We got 74 votes, 73% of you thinks the Half-Life Alyx is coming, 27% thinks it's not coming. So there was few articles about it today. I decided to choose the one from the unknown website to me called Vortex, and this is a Czechia website, so it's translated from Czech language, let's say, but it's the one with, let's say, more clear point. Let me just get window here properly. Gives you maybe the very clear view of what's happening, and it's not all hyped for it, but says why it couldn't be, the Alyx, or why it could be. So that's pretty cool. Do any of PSVR 2 games work with gamepad? Gran Turismo does, for now. I don't think anything else. Wait, isn't Creed already on PS? I swear I already own it and it's in my bag. Oh, you mean Creed Rise to Glory? Yeah, that's out. But we're talking about Assassin's Creed. So, but yeah, Creed Rise to Glory, it's out. So this is translated from Czech, so it might be a bit confusing. But I wanted to use this website because they got very cool article with very good points here. So it's my website I actually gonna revisit, vortex.cz. Anyway, as has been proven many times in the past, the combination of undying hopes and long-standing wishes can create basically any construct in player's mind. What's more, many fans are willing to believe him, that's just translation, cling to him and then show their displeasure with the same force when the wish doesn't materialize again. We can easily chalk it up to the endless wait for the next part of Half-Life series, regardless of the fact it was released only recently in the form of Half-Life Alyx. But the exclusive connection with virtual reality makes the perfect title and unfairly overlooked triple, and it's quite understandable the long-time fans of famous series from Valve would want a traditional sequel. Can we expect its announcement at this year's Gamescom? Wild speculation suggests this when screenshots from the accompanying application of the German fair, listen, it's translated by Google Translate, okay, appeared on the internet a few hours ago, which includes the aforementioned Valve company and Half-Life brand in the list of exhibitors. So this is it, Valve, that's their application, so it's all in German of course, so their website, their email, their address, and now that's what they be doing, Half-Life Alyx and Steam, Half-Life and Steam. Of course, they own Half-Life and they own Steam, so that's what they're gonna present it. Now, imagine from the app shared image from the shared on Reddit, basically by the user It's Darko42. At first, he just described the situation, but at the request of the moderators and other discussants, he provided proof that it is clearly linked to Half-Life in Valve database. Although the American company hasn't made any special announcement about this year's Gamescom, it was impulse for fans to think that, for example, there would be an announcement accompanied by opening night live host Geoff Knightley, which would be, of course, a big event, which, of course, I'm probably gonna be covering on this channel. And that's even assuming that the next part is not revealed, but perhaps, and they're saying only, for us, is like fingers crossed, PlayStation VR2 support for Half-Life Alyx. Some believe, some are skeptical, but it's important to keep in mind that while the announcement is potentially possible, it could very well be a mistake. That's why I wanted to bring this article, not any other ones. First of all, it's necessary to point out that if you look in the database of exhibitors via the Gamescom website, you find Valve but no connection with Half-Life brand. Furthermore, it is quite unclear which version of the application It's Darko42 actually draws from. And then, of course, there are similar incidents from years past that ultimately proved to be a mistake. This happened, for example, in 2022 when the games Half-Life 3 and Dragon Age 3 appeared in the database of the games represented at Gamescom, both unannounced at the time, although, at least in that case of the latter title, it was assumed that it was being created. But when the British Eurogamer contacted the organizers, it was clarified that it was a mistake and games subsequently disappeared from database. So something similar could easily have happened this year as well. And the question remains as to how many were presented, believe the evidence. Therefore, rather than building expectation, take the news as a reassurance and to put things into context, see far we remain calm and Half-Life field in connection with the August fair. So it was translated from Czech. I wanted to see how much it's gonna change the poll. And yeah, it's gone down a bit, but still 71% of you believes we're gonna get the Half-Life Alyx for PSVR2 at Gamescom. What's the chat says? Long time, but... oh no, not paying attention. A long time, but that means they serious. Portal 3 VR would be sweet if it happened. So, That's your Half-Life info. The Valve is coming to Gamescom with Half-Life, but of course it might not be Alyx, it might be even not Half-Life 3, maybe just some remake, I don't know. But I'm gonna cover Gamescom on this channel, and like the article say, opening games, JSON, Portal 3, yes, definitely, and as well, yeah, opening game night live will be big deal, so I definitely gonna want to do that. So yeah, let me know what you're thinking about it, but we're gonna, I thinking myself, there is a chance. There was long rumors from this, was it Dave Henderson, you know, he usually got insider leaks, and he usually right, that Sony got a deal with Valve, that still stands. Of course, pandemic delayed release of pretty much everything, but yeah, it might be happening. I hope so. Anyway, fingers crossed. So yeah, cool website this. It's presented it very nicely. I opened Microsoft Word by accident. Presented it nicely with like a good points and bad points. You can even report errors in this article. I would love that on my YouTube channel, but hey. Lol, I said no only because expecting it is just setting up for disappointment. Could happen, but can't count on that stuff. Yeah, I agree. But of course, I'm following Half-Life very closely because I know how much you want it on your PSVR2, and it would definitely, add a lot of, let's say, awesomeness to PSVR2. So Gamescom, Jason, we've been told, I forgot, 28th of August is Gamescom. So that's when we'll be able to find out something. It's last few days, but opening games night is the biggest event, and that's gonna be live, so I'm gonna be covering it as well. 23rd August, that's it. So it's day before Firewall Ultra releases. The end of August gonna be crazy for PSVR2. It's just gonna be awesome. And that concludes our today's show, which means it's time to end the poll with the results being 68% of you thinks that yes, it's gonna be released, announced for PSVR2, 31% thinks no, and 1% just gone missing somewhere. And that of 85 of you who voted. Now, thanks for watching, and of course, big shout out to all the patrons. You are all awesome. I super appreciate your support. Shout out to those of you who's watching, shout out to those of you who liked, who's commented, and of course shout out to those of you who just watches and not getting involved, but I still appreciate the view, of course, because you are all awesome. So that's it for now. I see you all hopefully tomorrow after they do Ghost of Tabor questions and answers, so maybe then I'll be able to do a game show about Ghost of Tabor. Thanks for watching and see you all later. Bye.